Hi everyone, welcome back on live. This is Amit, our registered migration agent, Mara number 2318228. So we will wait for another few minutes before other people show up, or so they get notified that we are live. And this would be one of the interesting webinars because of the recent changes. Let's wait for more people to show up. Let's wait for more people to show up. Before we start. As everyone knows, like we are live on the Facebook, Instagram and the YouTube. तो अगर आप Facebook यूज नहीं कर पा रहे तो you can use the other platforms. In the comment section, I already left the book appointment link, so that in case you want to book an appointment, you can book appointment there. Or also mention the address in the chat box. So if you want to visit the office, you can come to this address. So basically, in this webinar, we will be discussing about the recent changes in the student visas. The GST has, GT has been replaced by GS, and the further changes that could happen or that already happened or that has already been implemented, and how it's going to impact the future candidates, and what were those who already in Australia and holding a visa. So we will talk about those things. Uh, let's wait for another 1 minute. Then after that we will start. Okay, let's start now. Okay, so welcome back everyone. So we are now again back live on the Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So in the chat box already left the booking appointment link in case you want to book an appointment, or and also mention the address in case you want to visit us in the office. I'll just leave an email ID as well in case if you have any query you want to um, contact our team, so they would be able to assist you. So already send the email address as well in the chat box in case you want to send. You have any question, you can send the email to info@successvisa.com.au. So our team would be able to assist you with on that. Yeah. So as you know, the GT has been replaced by the GS, which means the genuine temporary entrant is no more. End of an era. So now the new GS, genuine student requirement, is there, GSR. Uh, what that means basically, that has replaced the word, like you don't need to mention in the student visa that you will go back to your home country. You can be honest, I would say, or you can let the future, what future you're expecting in Australia after completing this course or any other country. Before the now the direction has been changed. New direction 106. It used to be 69, so it has been replaced with a 106. There are few changes in that thing. Before that, it's you had to. So what that direction means? That direction means how the department assess your file. You can say in that way what factors they consider by looking at your file and the visa and all these things, right? So the changes has now been, they have removed the word genuine temporary entrant. However, it does not mean that you can say whatever you want to say, right? Simple as that. In simple word, we can say that if you want to, just for example, if you want to say that they can still refuse your visa, but maybe not based on the like you won't go to your home country GT. However, maybe based on the economy circumstance, they will department will still consider that the situation back in your home country, right? The future prospects. But however, the overall, they have made it easy for you to get the visa thing, right? Or we are expecting more positive response for the department in terms of visa issue. There was a lot of refusals in the last few months, right? And especially benefit might go to student dependent. So the same rule will apply to them as well. GSR, not the GT. So which means it's a good news. Majority of the student dependent visas are refused because of GT, which means you everyone knows that it's copy paste refusal, which in which they mention that you won't go to your home country, right? That's it. So this is a good chance for those who already have the refusal because of that GT concern. Now GT is no more. So hope for the best for those applicants. I would say just apply the visas ASAP if you want, because GT is no more. So don't give them another reason for the refusal. But if that was the main refusal reason for the refusal, so you might have more chances this time, right? So it's a good point. It's a really good point. Now the main changes in the student visa application they have made is that they have implemented some specific questions. See, the reason being, just take it that way. There was a GT before that, or the SOP you call it, where you write a letter, the circumstance why you want to choose Australia, why you're studying this course, why this institute, what are the other research have you done in the different countries and all these things, why this course, what are the career outcomes you consider, you know, uh, the financial aspects who's supporting and all these things, right? Student used to write 2 to 3 pages GTs or 5 pages. After that, department has minimized that try to write in the 300 words. Now they're minimizing it more. So they already specify the question. You just need to answer those specific questions. You don't need to write the whole paragraph. So you can just answer like to the point thing without adding an extra stuff which does not make any sense, right? So those are the things you have to be careful, because it makes it easy for the department to understand and to assess your file, and accordingly it might save your time as well, right? So you have to be careful on those things when you do that. But this is overall is a good news and a great news, I would say, because students are scared about especially about the interviews, that interviews might happen, might not happen. So there is no update, honestly speaking, that there would be any interview. There's no announcement or nothing like that, right? But I've heard regarding the no further stay conditions. There's no official announcement yet, but that could happen or that might not happen. We will wait for the official confirmation. But there are some rumors, so it might be true, it might not be true, because of the so if that happens, that maybe because they want to add that condition to the majority of student visa holders, or like student visa who will apply after 23rd of March, because that if they do that, they might consider the country you're coming from, the level assessment level of that country. If it's a level 3, then they have the high chance. Level 2 has less chance. Level 1 has a very less chance, right? So these are the things they consider. How many students come here, what they do, from which country. So they have all this kind of uh, data, I would say. So they do consider those things. Now, so the condition that could be on the student visa, that could be 8534 and 8535. 8535 is basically goes with the some specific students who are being sponsored by the government or the department or some other body. However, majority of the student visas are like might get 8534. So which means you won't be able to apply any other visa except student guardian subclass 485 if you complete the course you have taken, right? So let's wait for the new visa grants after after if you have applied the visa after 23rd. So the students who has applied the visa before 23rd, they will keep assessing it as per the previous regulations or like the directions or based on the GT. Now the application has been lodged on 23rd, or after that, that will be considered as per the GSR, general student requirements. So let's wait see if there could be any condition. We can see there's no official confirmation, as I confirmed here again. So these are the rumors. So I have made a video on that thing as well. If that happens, what are the conditions? What you can do in those scenarios. So you can check the social like TikTok or Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. We post the videos there. So this video is already uploaded on the TikTok, but on the rest of the platforms, it will be uploaded today or by tomorrow. So you will have the more clarity on that things. So this is a thing that you have to keep in mind, right? So this is very important to understand as well. So overall, it's a good option for you, I would say. Like good things are coming up. Now the another change has been the increment of the English score. So before that there was a 5.5 overall. Now they have changed to 6 overall, right? So because they want to set up the standard for the Australian education, and so this is also good because you are coming to English speaking country. So so you should have the good English. If not, then just work hard and try to get achieve that score. Will it impact the level 1? Okay, see, if you're onshore and you don't need to show the English, so it will remain the same. The only change has happened is like English has been increased where it is required for the level 2 or level 3 institutes, for example, right? And the GT has been replaced by the GSR. Other than that, there is no official announcement, no official change. Let's wait for the information, right? Now for the 485, there is a different announcement. They have increased the English requirement for the 485 as well, which means the two main updates for the 482. The first thing is they have increased the English requirement from 6 overall to 6.5 overall, from 5 each to 5.5 for the IELTS only. If you compare it with the PT, so there are different requirements for the PT. For the writing itself, you need 51 score, which is above 6. If you compare with IELTS require you 5.5. With the PT, for the writing an example that requires you to have 51 score, which means above 6 for PT. So do not get confused if you compare the PT and the IELTS. Do not, you can't compare those for the 485 visas. It's fine for the student visa. For 485, do not compare, because PT has the different requirements and the IELTS has the different requirements. Just be careful. That could be the one of the major mistake can be done by any student. So I just want to let you know that just be careful on that thing as well. The second announcement on the 485 is that the validity of an English score has been reduced from 3 years to 1 year. So this is a major change. This is a major change. We don't know what's the reason they have done that thing, but before that, student used to use their previous English score that they have done before coming to Australia, right? So maybe they want to set the standards, or maybe integrity issue, anything. There could be any reason, I don't know, but it's good. It's overall good. So just be careful on the mistakes that could be done. So just be careful. Don't repeat those mistakes. Don't do any kind of mistake, right? If you do that, you know who will face the circumstance. What's going to happen if you do that? Visa refusal, then AATs and all these things. There might be some updates on AAT as well. I think they might change the name of AAT, but we are waiting for the final confirmation. Now, what about the now jobs and skills? Australia has published a list for the new visas. So let's just, before we talk about the list, let's talk about the new visa. What is new visa? So 482, which is the employer sponsored visa, will be replaced with the 3 different streams, right? So let's talk about what are those streams. I won't go with the name. I will go with the how they have categorized. The streams, first stream is will be applicants who will be getting salary above 135K. Second category, applicants who will be getting a salary less than 70K. The third category would be people or the applicants or the candidates who are getting salary above 70K and less than 135K. That's called a core skills pathway, I think. So for that, they have released 3 occupation lists. The first occupation list is like the occupations they think that could be in that visa, but those are the draft occupations. Those are not the final one. Just want to let you know, those are the, just give you a rough idea. Do not take it for granted. Those are just a drafted occupation list. So just be careful on that thing as well, right? So the first one is the occupations that could be on the list. The second one, the occupations they think that might not be on the list. The last one is the occupations that could be added in the future, right? There's the 3. I already made a video on the TikTok as well. If you want to check, go on the TikTok. You will find the whole list, and I made a proper video on that thing. If you still have any issue, you can always contact us, right? So what that means is just to give you a rough idea. If you the things that you have to consider here, the first thing is, I would say my personal recommendation would be just go check with the list that they think that could not be there, so that you can choose the course or the experience kind of thing accordingly, right? Because the rest of the occupations could be there or will already be in the list. So you don't need to care about the other occupations or list, right? So this is why these things I'm talking about, because these are the things that we can take the action now, so or to avoid the further issues or further future problems. That's the reason I just making video or giving you information on that thing, so that if there is something in front of us today, just make sure we learn from that thing and we take the next step accordingly. Now, the third announcement, the department has announced a new permanent visa subclass 192, which I already made the video few weeks back, I think last month or last month. So that will be starting from tomorrow, I think 27th of March. So that would be a wallet system. 3,000 seats would be there every year. It's like a draw system, right? Eligibility criteria is very minimal. The only thing is there are some specific islands or the countries, I would say, that are eligible for that. I'll make a video tomorrow. So on the so that you know what that mean, right? The wallet system will be I think opening in June 2024, when they will try to select the, and the application fee is very less, right? Just be careful. And also, if I'm not wrong, you can include the dependents at the same time, but you can't include them later on because it's a permanent visa. If it's a permanent visa, obviously you won't be able to include as a dependent, but again, the partner visa would be the options. If you have a child, then a child dependent and other options, or child visa, whatever the things, whatever the situation would be there, right? So just be careful on that thing. uh, so this is again a great news. I'm not sure how you take these things. What are the changes that are happening for good, and good for the students as well, believe me. Now, who scrutiny, the thing is, students who are on the student visa, on 485, or on the visitor visa, if they are applying for the further visa, they have to be very careful because they might have to meet the additional requirements, and the department uh, try to look those applications very carefully. What was your course progress? Did you do the bachelor's? Now are you just studying a diploma course, or the going for the master's, or going with the bachelor's, or the graduate certificate, or the graduate diploma? You have to be carefully understand these things as well. Otherwise you will end up in the AAT, a quote, you can say in the simple words, right? So those are the things we have to be careful while doing that. Now, so will it impact subclass 400 visa holder? Oh, sorry, 408, the COVID visa holders. So if that visa is not in the list, I don't think so that there would be an extra scrutiny, like extra things, that because the list says 485, um, tourist visa, visitor visa, or the student visa. However, we will see the results, as the results will come out soon. There are not many things we can see because not many visas has been granted for the student. I would say maybe student already applied the visas, because majority of the visas has been applied before 23rd, because 15th is March when the majority of the visas expires. So let's wait for the uh, new outcomes, or the new grants, or the new results of the visa. So after that, we would be able to give you further information on the. I would be able to comment on that thing, right? But this is just to give a brief idea how the things work and all these things, right? Now, I'll share a story before we proceed further. Just want to let you know, if you have any question, just throw in the chat box. Otherwise, we are all good. Um, as you know that I'm hiring different candidates for the position. So I met a, an applicant who came to us for the job. I'll answer your question soon. Okay. So can you please a training visa? Okay. Okay. So I was talking. See, the person was working with someone from a very long time, and you know, I'm not trying to discourage someone with this video. Just want to let you know that the lack of information. She came to me and asked for the, like, she wants to apply for this job and all these things, and I asked a few questions, that interview things that I do. I asked if a person is on a master's and want to change to the diploma course, right? They want to change to the diploma course. They came on a master's degree. After 6 months, they want to change to the diploma course or the lower course. What are the options? They don't want to apply the new visa. Just want to let you know. Then she said, we can take a future C of masters, right? Okay, that's fine, completely fine. Let's just understand this thing very carefully, because if you miss this thing, you could miss so many things here. Believe me, you will end up in the AAT if you miss here, or you will be served with a natural justice notice, S57. So what it means is, like, you came in 2 years visa for masters, you completed 6 months, now you're left with around 18 to 20 months visa. You're choosing a course of 2 years diploma, which would be 2 years, means 20, like above 20 months, which means you won't be able to complete that course on this visa. And she told me that we can get the future C of the masters, then the person don't need to apply the visa. But this is wrong. This is wrong. I repeated, this is wrong. If the future C of the masters do not start on your current visa, you are breaching a condition. Just be careful. You're breaching a condition. If you're breaching a condition, you know what's going to happen. Could be the visa cancellation. Might be served with the natural justice as 57. If you justify, that's good. If you don't justify, visa cancellation. So these are smaller things. So that person was working with a like with a very experienced person, but this is a lack of the knowledge. I'm not saying that I'm right, or I'm trying to praise myself or something like, or success visa. But the thing is, the mean to say, lack of knowledge could change your whole um, goal, or the things you want to do in the future. You got an inquiry call from the ATC March. How many days it takes to get the visa after the inquiry call? Rajan, it's really hard to say how many days, because we don't know what they have asked you. How did you respond? So many things. There's no specific thing. If you want to ask me in a simple word, there is no specific time period when the visa can be granted. Now the days they're taking time for the visas. I've heard that training visas, they're taking time. Honestly speaking, and that's what I heard, that they're taking time for the training visas. After going from student to TR visa, can we apply student visa according to new rules? Lovely. That's what I was talking about. No further stay conditions, already spoken about this thing on the TikTok. You can check that video, right? So if there would be no condition on the visa, which they have not officially announced, assume there would be no condition on your, okay, so you're on the TR now. After TR, if you apply the student visa, you can apply as per the current rules, right? As per the current rules, the new changes, you can apply the student visa. However, they will dig deep into your visa when you apply as compared to someone who is applying the student visa. So there would be three people on the like students who are holding a student visa, 485 visa, or the tourist visa. If they're applying a student visa, they will be, the department will dig deep into their profile and all these things. What was their previous study, what is their employment, why they're taking this course, right? For example, you're on a student visa, you're applying for TR, you might have completed a diploma, just an example, right? After TR, are you applying a diploma, or are you applying a bachelor's degree? Or if you already have the bachelor, are you applying a master's degree? So these are the things they will consider, and you have to be careful. Now the GT, they have specified the questions of the GT. You can't write everything before that you used to write in the long pages. Their main focus, with the reason being to add those questions, is that so that it would be easy for them to understand uh, what do you want to say, right? Do not try to write the big paragraphs. Try to talk point to point. It makes the department, the person happy. Yeah. You have applied in November, December, so around 5 months. Again, Rajan, I heard that this taking maybe more than 6 months. Honestly speaking, so really hard to comment. But I heard that they're taking time, so I would say just wait, just wait. Hopefully, you might get within a month or maybe soon. So the thing is, you do not need to scare. The new rules, the new changes are good for you. Believe me, they're good for you. The department want you to, okay, to be honest, if you want to achieve the career outcome, what are the career outcomes you want to achieve? We were talking about the direction 106, 69, 108, right? 69 was the previous direction, which has been replaced with the 108, which is almost similar to 69. So now the new direction will be for 106, that will be assess the files lodged on 23rd or 20th, after 23rd of March, which means they have made some changes in which they have mentioned, firstly, they remove the genuine temporary entrant thing, first thing, as you know. The second thing is this, before in the direction 69, they mentioned that what are the career outcomes you will see, or you will have after completing this course in your own country or on a third country. Now they have mentioned in in another country, which means you can mention about Australia as well. Simple as that. It would be hard initially to understand the things how the department. You might have a lot of questions. Can we honest in the visa or not, right? So, for example, you want to say, okay, I want to get the permanent residency after completing this course and getting a TR. Can I write those things or not? So, we have. I think everyone has those questions in their mind. If you want the answer of some specific question, you can contact our team. Team would be able to assist you on that things as well, right? So you don't need to scare one thing, but students or the people will scare for the initial few months. Once they will see the results keep coming, social media is there, they would be more comfortable as the time gonna pass on. So what happens if your visa gets refused or cancelled? You get the time to challenge the decision, or you can go back to your home country. These are the options. If you challenge the decision, you can still stay in this country and study and all these things and all. There's so many things that can be done, right? So do not lose any hope, and but I would say just keep it, because this is a positive news that we all are getting. The companies are ready to sponsor. Can they get me? One is through I have an RPO certificate. Not sure if I can be assessed, but I got 3 years experience of disability support. See, your company is happy to sponsor you for 186. We don't know. Are you talking about a direct entry, or are you talking about a TRT stream, right? If you have RPL, that's completely fine. It can be assessed, but I go that it can be assessed as well. It can be, not sure if, see, if you want to talk about the assessment and all these things, then you have to book an appointment. Gabby, it's really hard to say because we don't know. Are you talking about the TRT or direct stream? If as you mentioned, uh, assessment, I would say you're talking about the direct stream, right? For that, we need to see if you can be eligible for not. But I can't comment because of this information. This is a company can be in a regional area. The company might have a company labor agreement with the government. You don't know, I don't know. It could be in a DAMA designated area, right? So those are the things we have to consider before I comment or give you more information, Gabby, because I don't want to mislead you, or I don't want to give you half information. I hope you understand this thing. But if you need more information, you can contact us. We would be able to assist you with that thing. So yeah, we were talking about the different visas. So now the overall scenario that I think is that the time is for the employer sponsored visas. With the new changes, you would be limited to apply with the new visas. Which means you can't keep applying. If you're gonna do that way, you might end up in the AAT unless you follow a path. Path means if you came from a senior secondary like high school, then you're doing a diploma here or certificates. Then after, are you doing a bachelor's degree or not? Are you doing a graduate certificate or not? Are you doing a master's or not? Are you doing a master of research or not? Are you doing a PhD? So there would be so many things to be considered. Now, there are two good news, especially for the trade sector. The students who are studying a cookery, right? They have completed a diploma. They go for the advanced diploma. Now they want to apply the new visa, and they want to stay in the same field. After advanced diploma, there is nothing they can do. But the good news is there is a bachelor of hospitality that can be taken after that. So you have the options. Regarding automotive, I heard there is some institute they have started bachelors in that course, right? So you can go with that thing. It depends on what kind of mechanical thing you have done or not. So those are the things you have to consider. Automotive mechanic, is it like a diesel mechanic? Is it a what do you call electrical or something? So these are the things you have to consider. So yeah. So accordingly, there are some bachelors, some institute. I think there is only one institute in all over Australia. We are still waiting for the further information, but there is only one institute that has started this bachelor's. So we have asked them if you can get the credit for the diploma, the certificates you have done, right? So we asked them, but they said they're waiting because the classes, the first round will happen in June. So if you're one of the student who has completed the or doing this course, then you can go with that bachelor's as well. Because our question is to them, can they get the credit or not? They're still confirming because this is a new course, only one college in all over Australia. So that's just be careful. There will be high demand in this one. So now, because of the recent changes, I think a very common question is coming: can we convert the tourist visa to student visa? Yes. If you use student tourist visa do not have any condition or no further stay, then it can be converted. If you have that condition, you can still apply the student visa if you have the waiver. If you do not have the waiver, you can apply the permanent residency. Yes, you can apply the permanent residency if you don't have the waiver as well. So if you want to talk about that thing, you know, uh, how to approach us. Already in the initial comments, I already left the our address. If you want to meet us face to face, I left the email ID. If you want to have any inquiry, you can send on that email, or I also left a link in the initial comments where you can book an appointment. The new English requirements, obviously they're higher, Mohit, so they would be tough because they're higher. So I would say it's no tough, easy. They have not changed the syllabus. They have increased the English requirements. It would be tough for those who are struggling to get the 5.5 in the student visa. It would be easy who already have 6 or 6.5, so it won't impact them. I think it will only impact those students who come in studying at 3 or diplomas here in Australia from overseas. Majority of students are students from India or right. They come in the bachelor's or master. They already have the higher score, like for higher score than the department just set up now. So they already have 6.65. So it won't impact them. Simple as that. But as I can think, they're from people from different countries, Fiji, Vietnam, Filipino. So they usually come in the diploma courses and they have very less. Sometimes they don't need the English, or sometimes they need the English, but that is 5.5 and all these things. Now with the new increment, so that might be literally a challenge for them, for students from India and from the assessment level 3 countries who usually go with the bachelor's or master's. Majority of them, I don't think so that would be an issue for them because they already have the higher requirements set up by the institutes for them. Now, the further announcements that has been done by the department is regarding suspension of the institutes. So what that means? So now the department has clarified this thing. They will be targeting the ghost college, right? Even the Minister of Home Affairs, she has clarified this thing as well, that they will be targeting the ghost college on the student. So what the ghost college means? Ghost college means I'm not sure if you have heard this thing or not. A few months back, there was an official announcement from the news channel, which is ABC News. I think they have they have published the name of the institutes who opened the institute, but there were no students. Just say they mentioned they have 500 students, but in the classroom there were only one or two. So those are called like ghost institute, who do not have the teachers. Like everything is in the books, not physically, right? So students who are studying from those courses or those colleges might get impacted. I think many institutes has been suspended, many is going through the cases. So you have to be careful. Now the ESCO is getting very strict. I think it's good to improve the education quality of the Australia, right? Australian education qualification, especially to make the vet sector stronger. That they would be more strict on the institutes who are recently open or who are new institutes who are trying to enter this market, right? So just like I'm not trying to discourage anyone. I'm just trying to let you know the things going on so you can make your own decision, right? You're smart enough to make your own decision. However, if you need any information or any you want to discuss anything with us, you're more than welcome to contact us, right? Or you can discuss with your own agents so you can make the decisions accordingly. As I mentioned, the future is for the employer sponsored visas. You have the different options for the employer sponsored training visas, temporary activity visas, employers 482, 494, 186. You have ample number of options for the employer sponsored visas. right? So the one thing is common with the employer sponsor visas, the experience, which means if you're working in your own occupation, that is the very basic requirement. I think that is common among all the employer sponsor visas, except some require you to have a 1 year experience, some require you to have a 2 years experience, some require you to have a 3 years experience, some accept the part-time experience, some only accept the full-time experience, some accept the casual as well, some don't accept the casual, right? Some require you to have the qualification, which is must. Some do not care about the qualification. If you have, that's a plus one. If you don't have, that should be fine as well. So the different requirements with the different employer sponsored visas, right? So these are the things. Now, the employer sponsored visa change is going to happen in the late 2024 when the 482 would be replaced with a new three new pathways, as I mentioned. So just be careful on that thing as well, right? Sorry guys, just give me 1 second. So yes, so if you have any question, you can drop down in the comment box. I'm more than happy to assist you or answer any question you have. As I mentioned, none of my webinar is related to any specific thing. However, if you have any question related to any education migration thing, I'll try to give the answer to your question, right? So I'm just talking about the recent changes because these are there are different questions or the very common questions have the students have in their mind. So that's why I'm discussing about the thing. If you have any question regarding the different visa or the different thing, you can throw in the chat box. I would be happy to answer you. Now, uh, students who are on the tourist visa, they're struggling to get the admissions, as we have seen, right? Sydney have few institutes for the specific course. For example, if you want to study social work, if you want to study a graduate diploma of early childhood, those are the one of the popular courses at this time. Obviously, nursing is there, right, for the higher grade. But students are struggling, as we mentioned in the last time as well. If you're struggling to get an admission, you can contact us. We are more than happy to assist you with the admission. If you want to study online, we can assist you to study online as well. Uh, and there are different kind of scholarships. Up to $10,000 scholarships are going on. We are also running our own promotions. The current promotions are if you take admission through us in any course, we won't charge you anything for the student visa, like which means we won't be charging our service fee for the student visa. Now we have dropped down the price for the tourist visa as well. So now we are charging 300 plus GST for each applicant, either a brother, sibling, cousin, anyone, right? So usually it's higher, but this is the promotion going on at the moment. And we are also giving a referral bonus. And the new promotions are coming soon. So just follow up on the social media so that you do not miss any kind of promotion or any update from us. We try to update you as much as we can, right? So yes. Now the employer sponsor visas is one of the popular visas, and I have seen a lot of students or a lot of people who has a lot of experience, but they are unable to find the employer. That's why they are unable to come to Australia or unable to fulfill their wish. Now, usually we don't assist with the employer sponsor visas. Sorry, we don't assist to find an employer. We assist with the employer sponsor visas, but we do not assist to find an employer for you, right? However, from the recent few weeks, we're getting so many inquiries. Sir, I have experience, but I do not have an employer. Can you connect with the employer? Till last week, our answer was no. So now we have started assisting the candidates to find an employer. We connect the candidate with the employer directly. We do not interfere. So whatever happens is between the candidate and the employer, and we don't take any responsibility. That was one of the reasons we don't assist with the employer to find an employer, because there might be conflict of interest. There might be something goes wrong. But now, if you want us to find you an employer to connect with the employer, we do not take any kind of responsibility. That's what I want to let you know. Whatever going to happen, it's between you and the employer. So please be careful, right? So especially with the offshore candidates, if you don't find the employer and you have enough experience, you can go with the general skilled migration visas, which are the permanent visa. There are a lot of other options you have if you don't have the employer, right? Keep it simple. If you have an employer, you don't need to rely on the points. If you don't have the employer, then you can rely on the points. And there are other pathways for the permanent visas like global talent visas, protection visas if you're eligible. Right? There are different kind of visas out of these two specific general skilled migration and employer sponsored. But again, not everyone is eligible for those visas. Not so yeah, but so it varies from file to file, right? If you have any question, you want to talk to us regarding that thing, you can talk to us. So guys, if you have any questions, please do ask me. We have only 15 minutes left. Just want to let you know. Otherwise, I'll see you next, sorry, on Thursday on TikTok Live. As you know, most of you know that I go live on Tuesday, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. On Thursday, I go live on the TikTok. So in case if you miss anything in this live, you can come jump on to the TikTok live. If you miss in both, then we will see you next week again. If you want to talk us to earlier, then you can book an appointment or contact our team. We education, we don't charge anything. We are happy to assist you over the phone, right? If you don't want to come to the office, or you can visit the office anytime, Monday to Friday. And just want to let you know another good news. If there is an emergency, as I mentioned, we are open Monday to Friday in the office. If you want to contact us for anything on the migration on Saturday, Sunday, we are available on the phone. You just need to book an appointment for Saturday, Sunday. We would be able to assist you. So you don't need to wait for another Monday, right? So we are open 7 days. You can say 5 days, Monday to Friday in the office, Saturday, Sunday on the phone. So that the reason being is because we're getting so many inquiries. Sir, you don't open on the Saturday, but we work from Monday to Friday, or you don't open on Sunday because we work from Monday to Saturday. So now becomes easy for every one of you who wants to talk to us either on weekdays, either on the weekend. On the weekdays, we are accepting the appointments till 8 p.m. Yes, till 8 p.m. We are closing the office at 5:30, but we are still accepting the appointment for migration till 8 p.m. So Monday to Friday, migration appointments are available from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. On the weekends, there are some specific times. You can check on our website, or you can go Google and our name. You will find the link from there, and I also left the links initially in the chat box, so you can copy that link and you can go there if you want to book any kind of appointment. As I mentioned, the reason being is like because of getting so many inquiries. So now you don't need to wait for anything. Success Visa is available for you for 7 days, right? So any question, you please do not hesitate to contact us. As I mentioned, we have a different kind of offers going on. So if you have any question, you can go with contact our team, and you can claim the bonuses and the referral bonus and all this, anything simple as that, right? So guys, if you have any question, you'll ask me. uh, Now, the another common question is for the dependents, as I already spoken, but I'll just repeat it again. This is a great time for you to apply the dependent visa. If you're holding a student visa, you can apply dependent or subsequent entrant visa for your partner who is overseas, and the chances might be higher as compared to before 23rd of March, because they have removed the GT requirement. So that was the one of the reason for refusal of the student visas or the student dependent visa. So now that could be a plus point. That could become a plus point for you. So just be careful in mind, and it is very important for you to stay updated with the updates what's going in the migration. The only reason being is because that could change uh, so many things for you, right? There were some many refusals for the dependent visas as well. Now there are so many refusals for the tourist visa as well. So just be careful on that thing. And one of the thing is that I have seen from the past few weeks, there are students who are completing their study and they want to study the job ready program. They're eligible for the job ready program basically. They apply the tier, but they are unable to find the job. right? If you're unable to find a job, then you can't do the job ready program. Simple as that. Which means you won't have the skill assessment. Without experience, you can't have the skill assessment for the trade courses. So either find a job or either study another course rather than wasting time, because every single day counts. And this is the thing I told my client today as well. He wasted 6 months of his COVID visa. He's still not taking the thing seriously. Like, I mean, God helps him. There are some students, the reason being, I repeat again and again, just want to teach you guys, just do not do the mistakes that the other people do. Because if you do, you will end up somewhere that there would be no pathway for you to go out. Otherwise, you will end up in a financial situation that you're going to end up paying a lot of money to the agent, to the institute, or to someone, right? Or to the department. And for the announcement, we are coming to Melbourne on 21st of April. Will be mentioned on our social media. As the time will approach, we'll make further announcements. So that would be a time for you to meet me and our team. And if you have any questions, you can let us know. So the timing would be 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Refreshments will be served there. The reason why you should join that webinar or that seminar is because you will get the answer of your questions. Believe me, you will get the answer of your all the questions you might have. I'll try to answer. My team will try to answer you all the questions you have. But believe me, that would be a life-changing seminar for you, because there are still students who have a lot of questions, because every new student comes here, they have the questions, they don't know what the rules and all these things are. There are old students who are here from a long time who are still struggling with the permanent residency, or they're struggling with the visa options. They're not legal here, they want to become legal. Those are the things. Now there is another announcement from the department regarding the changes. I think that already started on 24th of March or 25th of March, not exactly remember the date. So if you're unlawful and on the bridging visa, if you do any kind of stupid things, which means harm anyone, any all these things, like any stupid thing, right? Or criminal offense and all these things, department will cancel your visa and you will be sent to the immigration detention. So those who are unlawful or who are aware of these terms, they know these are very serious consequences. Right, these are very serious consequences, guys. See, again, as we talking about the seminar, the reason being for you to join the seminar, there would be some exclusive offers for students who will join that seminar, which means those offers won't be offered to someone else, but only offered to those students who will join that seminar from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Right, so that would be a great opportunity for you to meet us face to face and prepare your question and ask whatever you have, right? We'll talk about the recent changes and further more things. As I mentioned, as the date will approach, we'll try to make further announcements, right? And that would be not a paid seminar, or which means usually my appointments are paid. All of my appointments are paid. If you want to talk to me, or if you want to book an appointment for the migration, our appointments are paid, not free. But that would be an opportunity for you for 3 hours to ask us the questions you have. Any question means any question related to education migration. As I mentioned again, there would be some exclusive offers that will be only applicable to the students who will join that seminar, not to everyone. You can bring your friends, you might get a more benefits. Bringing your friends, you might get a referral bonus and all these things. We have not still decided. Team will operate and make further announcements regarding that thing. The reason being for us to join that conduct a seminar in Melbourne, because there are a lot of clients of ours, or the different inquiries we're getting from the different clients that you are not in Melbourne. How can we meet you face to face and all these things? That was the reason we have decided to go to conduct a seminar in Melbourne, so that we would be able to system in the future. Hopefully, in the future, we will open our branch in Melbourne. So there's some plannings going on, but we don't want to make any further official announcement until it's done. Guys, we have only 5 minutes left. If you have any questions, please ask me. Otherwise, we'll see you on the Thursday TikTok live or next week if you miss anything. So we already spoken. So I'll just give you a brief overview on the things we have spoken. Right, the GST has GT has been replaced by the GSR. It is implemented both on the primary applicants, on the student dependent holders. Also, this for the student dependent visas or the subsequent entrants. So which is a plus point for both of you. The only things or the department dig deep for the applicants who are holding a student visa and applying another student visa, who are holding a 485 and applying student visa, who are holding a tourist visa and applying a student visa. So they have to be very careful in terms of the course they are choosing. Now there was another question: what about those who are completing the course but visa is expiring, but there's 6 months left for the course? I don't think so that would be any issue, because you're applying a new visa because you want to complete your course, not starting a new course. There is a difference between the applying the new visa. Are you applying the new visa to complete a new course? Are you applying the visa to complete the current course? So that difference between those two terms. So you have to be careful to consider those things if you understand, because that could make a huge difference for you. Regarding the department interviews, there's no announcement. I've not seen any kind of announcement anywhere that there would be any interviews for the student visa. The only changes has been is for the student GT has been replaced by GSR and the English requirement has gone up. These are the two changes at the moment. I heard was no further stay conditions. I already made a video, proper video on the TikTok. Hopefully, rest of social media will apply put soon. So those are the not of the further stay. No further stay is not an official announcement, but there's some news I've heard. So I thought to made a video and explain those conditions and what are the options if you have that kind of conditions, right? Just to give a brief idea. Another change is regarding the 485. They have increased the English requirement for the 485. Do not compare with IELTS with the PT, because the PT score requirement are higher than the IELTS itself. For example, in the PT, in the writing itself, they mentioned 51, which means above 6. So do not compare, an overall you need 57 in the PT. So just be careful. That could be one of the mistakes that students can do, because they compare both of them. The validity of the English score has been reduced from 3 years to 1 year for the 485 visa. So that's another jump or another shock, I would say, for the students. So these are the major changes. Further changes going to happen. That introduction of new permanent visa subclass 192, that is related to some specific countries. I'll make a video soon to give further clarification who are eligible, who are not, because when students are asking us, can we apply, it's really hard for me to answer all those answers, but we'll make a video so that it will clarify who is eligible, who is not eligible. If you're eligible, you can contact us, right? Gives you simple answer. And now, as I mentioned, 482 we will be replaced by the 3 different visa pathways. And I made a video again as well. The occupations that jobs and skills think that's a part of the department that they think that could not be in the visa. Those are the draft occupation list, not the official announcement, but those are the drafted that they think that will be announced when there will be actual occupation list. They have made 3 different. Now you can check our social media on TikTok. You will see all the information on all the full occupation list there. Right. So these are the things we have spoken about. If you have any question, just keep it with yourself. Wait for the next live on TikTok on Thursday or next week on the same social media platforms. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, you know how to contact us. You can approach us on the 251 Church Street, Parameter, if you want to meet us face to face. As I mentioned, we are available 7 days now. So no need to worry. If you have any emergency situation, completely fine. Okay. And I also left the booking link as well. If you want to book an appointment, you can contact us and book an appointment there. I hope we are done for the day. Have a good night, guys. It was nice to talk to you, and thank you so much for showing us in the live. It gives us the motivation and the reason to come back again in live and answer your questions from the next time. If you have any question, believe me, you can ask me any education or migration related question. I will try to respond to you as much as I can. I hope you have a great night until I see you next week on the same platforms, and on these Thursdays 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the TikTok live. Have a wonderful night, guys. Thank you.